Welcome to the movies, pal. Your friendly neighborhood master chaos back with you once again. It's good to see you. Come on in. It's cold and rainy outside, but it's nice and dry in here. I'm not gonna say you'll walk out dry. You may walk out wet, but that's up to you. Anyway, I hope you like camping around the campfire. I hope you like decapitated teenagers, because today, oh wow, we're going to revisit this Vinegar Syndrome classic, lovingly restored. I can imagine lovingly restored on 4K. Is it worth your money? Is it worth your time? Is this even a good movie? Let's talk about it. For years, nay, decades, I'm kidding, they haven't really been around for decades, but for a while, people have been begging Vinegar Syndrome to do a legacy slip for MADMAN. This is one of their earlier releases. I believe it's 76 or something like that, 79, in terms of their catalog order. And we finally got a legacy slip. As a matter of fact, it's quite a doozy. It's a beautiful one, but we didn't just get a legacy slip. They decided to do this to it. 4K. How insane. I mean, I'm of the camp that not everything needs 4K. As much as I love physical media, it's becoming ridiculous now that I had to start upgrading stuff like this to 4K. I mean, there's certain movies, sure, that will benefit from 4K that I love, that I think I would love to see in higher definition, but stuff like MADMAN doesn't need it, in my opinion. Does that mean this release is garbage? No, not necessarily. We'll talk about that a little deeper, but let's talk about the plot. MADMAN runs 1 hour and 28 minutes. Here we have a film about a fat, crazy hillbilly murderer, and I would call it cliched if it wasn't for the fact that this is the definitive fat, crazy hillbilly murderer movie. This one has it all. Campfires, scary stories, horny teens, a creepy backstory for the killer, and said killer with a signature weapon, namely an axe. It actually doesn't have it all. Warning, warning, no nudity in this one.
What? What the bullshit.
There's a couple of making whoopee scenes, and they're TV safe, if you know what I mean. Tame. Tame is lame. Hey, there you go, that's a new one for me. Tame is lame. T-I-L, right? Till. Tame is lame. That's it. Trademark. Wow, I gotta put this on a t-shirt. Tame is lame. Anyway, back to the plot. This is a good movie, but I can see how some people will find it a little bit of a drag. But we do get our first gory kill 19 minutes into the movie, so you don't have to wait too long for the fun to begin. This movie is basically the last 30 minutes of a Jason movie, just stretched out for 90 minutes. So expect a lot of 20-something teenagers traipsing through the woods with Madman Mars stalking them. I'll admit the movie does start to drag a little bit because there's not that many characters. They're all fairly weak, and you know Madman Mars could easily overpower and kill them immediately, so it's one of those things where you're like, what the hell?
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Luckily, when we do finally get some kills, they are bloody as fudge. It's also not specified, but is Madman Mars a zombie? Because he certainly doesn't look like he's 100% alive. And honestly, that's kind of awesome. The 4K looks great, not amazing to be honest. There are some visible scratches on the remastered print, which appears now and again and kind of ruins the illusion of perfection. But this is absolutely the best that Madman has ever looked. And if you're looking for a simple slash and dash, crazy fat zombie killing, 20-something, 30-something teenagers in the woods, then, you could watch Jason, but you could also watch MADMAN if you wanted to. This is such a ripoff of Friday the 13th, it's painful. Like, I don't know how they didn't get sued. This is put a hockey mask on Madman Mars, and you got the same movie. It's shocking. It's shocking how similar it is, but then again, we've got a ton of Jaws ripoffs and whatever. But this is just so similar, it's insane. Not to discount that this is a bad movie or a good movie. This is a fun movie, it's a fun watch. As a matter of fact, it's a 4-star movie. I liked it, I had fun with it. And one thing I really liked is the last 10 minutes. I'm not going to give anything away, but I thought that was quite a punch to the nuts. And it's such an interesting, unique way to end the movie. I'm not going to give anything away here, but I think it's really... I think the reason the movie is remembered at all is, in my opinion, because of that ending. That really great final 10 minutes. The movie overall is really fun. It is very gory. It is kind of a goofy kill kind of movie, not like a... in a Friday the 13th, those kills were kind of visceral and awful and painful. These are kind of goofy kills. He always decapitates people, and then the severed heads are like squirting blood. Looks a little trauma style, if you know what I mean. But overall, I had a great time with it. This is a really fun movie. It ticks all the boxes except for nudity, which is a shame, a real damn shame here. But we don't always need tits and things as long as the movie's rewarding. And I think the movie overall is a rewarding experience. 4 stars. Let's talk about the special features. Tons of special features here, namely an interview with Galen Ross, the actress who, from what I hear, did not want to talk about the project previously. I don't know what made her turn around, but here she is in a nice featurette where she talks about the production. And man, does she have a hell of a memory about the making of this movie. I don't even remember what I had for lunch last week. You get a commentary track with the director, the producer, and 2 of the actors, one of them who was MADMAN himself. You get a second commentary track with The Hysteria Continues. You get an interview with creator-producer Gary Sales and an introduction by Gary Sales. You get a featurette titled Alive at 35 about the making of the film. And you get a feature-length making-of documentary titled The Legend Still Lives, 30 Years of MADMAN. There's a lovely in memoriam featurette as well as an amazing Dead Pit interview with Gary Sales and Paul Ehlers. And I love my Dead Pit buddies. So you do definitely have to check that out. Tons of stuff, Chicken Fluff. I do recommend it. If you were on the fence, I think it's a good movie. If you like slasher movies, it's a no-brainer. It's one of the classics here on 4K. Whatever. Even if you don't have 4K, it does come with a Blu-ray, so you can watch the Blu-ray. And then if you ever upgrade, hey, revisit MADMAN on 4K. Not necessary, but might as well get it with all the bells and whistles and this lovely slipcover, which I'll tell you what, I love that it shines up here. This is all matte back here. I'll tell you what, this is going to sell out pretty god dang fast. I do imagine this is going to go. But it does look good. Like I said, there's a couple scratches on the print they use, so it's not like perfect. But, I guess it's as good as it can be. I didn't notice anything in terms of skin tones like we had with Flesh for Frankenstein. But maybe I don't know, maybe my settings aren't correct or whatever. If there's any issues out there, I'm not aware of them. But I'll keep my ear to the ground if I hear anything from anybody who's, watching on some kind of finely tuned system. Anyway, MADMAN, I do recommend it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a 4-star slasher. I think you're going to have a blast doodle. That's a guarantee from me, your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos. Let's call it a day. It's time to close the theater down. I've got to grab that curtain, pull it across the silver screen, and bid you adieu. If you're new here, do me a favor. Subscribe. It means you and I get to hang out and chat movies again. I would love that very, very much. Give me a thumbs up on your way out the door. And if you're out in the middle of the woods at night, don't be, because you're probably going to die. Alright, theater's closed. Get out of here. Signing off for now.